times that it's like monotone, boring. Um, inspired by like the minions and uh, Paradox games and every strategy game that I've ever played, basically. Uh, it's currently version, I don't know, 0.0003 or something. I don't know. It's I can't remember. We can look in the README, but it doesn't matter. What we're working on right now is basically we're refactoring uh, how populations are uh, put to work, and it used to be fine, but then when we added in like the player being allowed to, man, that's what I should have made the title. It would be so much easier if there's no player. I was saying this yesterday. We're making it so that the player can pick the heroes, what they do each day, or whatever, for a long period of time. All this is all to build up to allowing them to explore counties, which we worked on something called scouting equipment, so that they can equip stuff to help them scout and explore counties. So we're all working towards that. We're working towards the same thing. This is obvious. I'm trying to break this into smaller branches, so we're doing hero activities. But every time I break it into a smaller branch, it turns out that that branch is huge. So one day here we'll break it into smaller branches. But right now we're good to go here, I think. I was looking once again to see. I don't really know what to do about this bug. Like we've been getting these errors ever since I upgraded to beta 2, I think, or I think on dev 4 it was fine. And then all of a sudden these started to appear, and I don't know how to fix them because it doesn't tell you what script this has an issue with. And it doesn't seem to affect anything. And I don't know if I should, like, I don't know what to do about it. Like, should I post on their forum? Somebody tell me what I'm supposed to do. Post on their forums, post on their issue list. They, I look occasionally, see if someone else is getting this. It feels like it's only me. And it went up since I went to dev or beta, from beta 2 to beta 3. There was like, and it fluctuates, but there was like 11 to 20, and now there's 33 of them. So whatever it is, and I have added a couple of scripts. So I'm wondering if it's hitting like the same scripts. These two are new. But yeah, I have no idea what to do about that because it doesn't tell you what the problem is. It's one of those things. Godot has some eccentricities that are somewhat frustrating at times, and this would be one of them where, like, this is great if you only have one script, you would know which one it is, but so I don't know what to do about it. Like, should I post it on their issues? I feel like I can get ridiculed. Like, this isn't a Godot issue. This is you don't know how to program. That's my thing. And some chat has suggested that it's my public classes that are a problem. Because I have a bunch of public classes. And you can't do public classes with what they're saying. Like, so this one isn't a public class, but I do have public classes in here. And they're saying you can't do them. You always have to have a node thing. But I've found examples of public classes in the documents of Godot. So they expect you. There wouldn't be examples of public classes in the Godot documents if you aren't allowed to do public classes, unless those examples are bad. And one time they did an update and you couldn't build the C# project, so I'm wondering if it's something like that where whoever did the update doesn't know this is happening. So I should put an issue in so that they know that it's happening, and then they fix the one line of code or whatever. Once again, I'm scared of getting ridiculed on the internet, but maybe I should just say fuck it and get ridiculed on the internet. But anyways, we're not going to worry about that today, though. I mean, I'm going to worry about it, but we're not going to talk about it anymore. We're going to go to this. I think it was county data. I left a note for myself from yesterday, and that note said, I think it was whoops, I keep doing that. 382 there. And so what we're doing is we're trying to make it so that the population we currently have it, if the player prioritizes a building, the population should work there, including the heroes. And now we need to do preferred work, which is certain people like to work at certain places, so that's what this preferred work thing is. And we have a list here. We have so many little lists, and that's part of the. I'm not, I was thinking before I started streaming, like maybe there's what I should have done was one list, and then when we needed a second list, make a note of it, and then continue on with the one list instead of. But I think I had one list at the beginning, but it was causing issues, and so now I have 55,000 lists. That's a guesstimation. I was looking at something over here on my other monitor, and I can't remember why I was clicking on it. Oh, I just wanted to make sure it was working, because sometimes things get a little weird. So what we're doing is we don't need this, and I looked at this before I started. We don't actually need this removed from county improvement. So what this is, and this has been like kind of a thing that's can cause issues. If they're already working at a place, they shouldn't be removed. That I just had a thought, maybe we do want them to be removed. So on this idle population list, it's only going to add idle people. So this shouldn't matter. We don't need that there because they're already, it's how it generates this list. They got to be idle, and then it sets them to work. So let's go. That was like a lot of thought process to just delete that. Overthinking it, I guess, again. So let's go back and make sure we're doing this order correctly. And I remember where I'm at here. So on start of day, we're assigning work heroes to prioritized lists. So the heroes we're going to operate differently. They are only going to have one list. It's going to then generate prioritized construction. And if there is a prioritized something on the prioritized instruction list, it's going to generate the builders list, which this includes the heroes. Let's double check this. This is actually does not include the heroes. This just the normal people, and it puts them in a prioritized. Okay, it's the assign builders and heroes. This is the one that we want. So it's going to assign from this prioritize. Let's see, make sure. Prioritize builders list. So it is definitely pulling hero builders list. It's pulling from that list, and it takes them off the list when it's done. Then it deletes this, it gets rid of the construction, but the hero prioritize list still exists. Yeah, and we're getting this. So let's just get rid of this. We know that we need that later. And then, but we don't want the prioritized normal population list because it's been used at this point. We just clear it for the next time. Let's put a note in this one. We don't need the prioritized builders list anymore because we are using because we generate the idle workers list after this. Check for prioritized work. So there's work and there's building, and this is now we're checking work. Generate prioritized work improvement list. So these are the improvements that have prioritized work, not building. And if there is one, then it generates this list and it assigns the workers to improvement. This should also include the hero one, which it does, and it's pulling it once again. This is assign heroes to work improvement. The other one should be build. Okay. All right, just double checking my work here. Clear, then we do the assign. Yeah, we already did that. We clear this list. We clear the prioritized workers list, which is, this is the same thing here. We'll put this here, except we'll say workers. All right. I have to leave all these notes to myself here, future and past self. I feel like So my chat thing, it posts my chat. It posts on, and I can see it. And when that doesn't happen, see, it says it there, but I don't actually see it. It makes me worry that the chat is not working. But we'll never know. It looks like it is. So then we find the idle population. So this is everyone who's left over. Those other lists don't matter. It's going to be idle, blah, blah, blah. And it adds them to the idle population list. Wait, is that what that's called? Idle population list. Idle population list. I use this twice. All right. Assign everyone to construction is what we were just looking at. So this is going to assign, wait, what? So, okay, so now, now that we've done the prioritized construction, now we're just doing the normal construction. We're having the construction come first because when we did this a while ago, like 6 months ago or something, what the problem was is people would just work forever and they would never build anything. So construction comes first. So we're assigning heroes to build improvements. And so this should work. Did I put a note in here? Yeah, so heroes who are already working on prioritized buildings should have been removed from the prioritized list. So this list is the thing we no longer are clearing it. It should now just put them on construction. But I just thought of a problem with this. The player, this is going to fuck up what the player picked. So what we need to do, yeah, see, the hero's work or build depending on, so we need to, in here, we need to check their activity. The hero's activity needs to be, did we do that before? How are we generating this prioritized list? I already forgot. Okay, so add hero to prioritize hero builders list, add hero to prioritize workers list. So we do have, remember we got 50,000 little lists right now. So then under here, let's double check this. Are we checking assign heroes to build improvement? Are we checking the prioritize hero builder list? Okay, so that is the correct this is for building. And they should already be removed from this list. So if they're on this list, it's going to remove them from our improvement, but they really shouldn't be on an improvement at this point. Could they have been on an improvement at this point? Let's say we ignore the prioritized part. We'll leave it like this and we'll see if we see them bouncing around. Well, the problem is we're not going to be able to test it very well. My fear is let's put my fear into notes here. My fear that's not, is that the hero will be removed from a county improvements and moved to a new one whenever things change. I think that might actually happen. You know, it's interesting. I keep worrying about this remove from county improvement, but this would also move them. It would also update their. Oh, they would be on both then. This is going to cause a lot of debugging, I have a feeling. All right, so then after that construction, we're checking for preferred work, which is the thing we just looked at where I removed this one thing. This is just for population. Did I have this check for preferred work? This is just for population. The heroes don't get preferred work because I made a decision last stream yesterday and I said, oh, well, we'll do this. And I said, well, that's the thing. And I said, until I change my mind. And now I can't remember what my decision was. Was it they would do preferred work? Because you don't get to assign the hero to specific buildings. You just assign them that they're going to work or not. I think I said yes, they do get preferred work. So let's go back to that. Remove population from lists, idle population lists. So this one, we still have that prioritized heroes list. So at this point, we do need to run the what are we doing? Okay, we do need to run the heroes through this. So what we'll do is we'll for each population data. What we'll do is this, I think we can make into its own method. Which one would it go into, though? Population work, probably. Joker. Oh, it works. Just incorrectly. You know, we were looking for you yesterday. We were trying to find you. And I was like, what is Joker's name? We were hunting for you. And I couldn't remember what your name was. Well, it worked. You hid quite well. We were going to raid you because I heard a rumor that you were streaming, but it wasn't true. It was it was lies. Let's see here. County improvement data. So what I was saying is we could just turn this into a method and pass in the list that we're checking because this is identical. Except we'll need to make sure that the hero is set to, no, we have that other list. Man, am I doing this right? The other, yes, I'm doing this right. There's so many lists now. All right, so I think we should turn this part into a method and we'll pass in just the list because it's just the same. And it removes the list as well. Yeah, we tried this, we did this before and we haven't tested it, but I want to say that it's working. All right, so this will be check add population to their preferred work. And then we're going to pass in a list, though. We'll generate this. You know, I can put a list in here, and then it will auto-generate with the list there. And what? What is this? You don't need Godot collections right here? Yeah, I don't trust. What? Do I have this at the top or something? Well, okay. I see what it did. What were we on? 382? No, that was a while ago. Give me a bug. Food lists. Here we go. There we go. So then we'll copy this in. But we're not going to call this idle population list. We're going to call this, looks like we need to pass an county improvement as well. We're going to call this, we can just call it population list. And then we're going to pass in a county improvement, data, county. You know, why don't you want to be my friend? I've typed something wrong. It's probably the word improvement. There we go. Then we need to change, you know, this is correct. So this is the thing that we haven't tested, is the passing in a list and making sure that the list is actually being referenced here. I still I feel like I understand how references work, but it doesn't always work how I think it works. So that's the problem. And then we're gonna see, this is the thing, is we need this to happen twice. That's why we did this. But we're gonna pass in prioritized hero workers list. And we probably shouldn't rename this. All right, so this now should check for preferred work, and then the heroes, if they're in the workers list, the prioritized worker, we'll probably just rename this to hero worker list. And they should only be in that if their activity is work, which is with the player. You know, Joker, if you're still around, I was saying yesterday that this game, and probably all games, would be a lot easier to code if there wasn't a player. You know what I mean? It'd just be so much easier. All right, so then we check for any work. So this is going through the, yeah, a self-playing game, exactly. And then you wouldn't even have to deal with the display stuff either. You know, like, yeah, but you wouldn't need a UI anymore. And you wouldn't need a display, like, because you got to worry about this different size of the monitors and stuff. It wouldn't matter. And no output. It'd be easy. County improvement data in check if type needs workers is false, and this, it continues, which means it goes to the next one. So this is checking the idle population. So we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to add in. See, we have this removed from county improvement on every one of these. I'm going to put this back. I bet you what happened is there was like some sort of, as they call them, edge case where it was getting moved. And so we wrote that and we put it in there and it solved some problem. Like, if it works correctly, it shouldn't matter. All right, so then we check for any work. This is going to be very difficult to debug, by the way. Then we're going to do this same thing. Can we just use that same thing I just wrote? So we pass in a list, check if it's full. So the difference is that we're checking if there's a skill right here. Otherwise, it's the same. There isn't this big debug log thing. But otherwise, it looks like it's the same. So we could break this into a smaller chunk too. Yeah, we could put this, and this is actually being used all over the place. So we can turn this into its own thing. And then I'm just going to sit here and stare at it for a while. So this is gonna, yeah, I think we can, so we can definitely make this into a smaller, or into its own method, because they're all the same. This one just, let's get rid of this thing, because it's throwing off what I'm looking at here. Just here, Control X. I was trying to think if there's a way we could turn this if statement on and off. Because that would make this whole thing usable again. But let's not do that. Let's just make this its own method. There's probably a hotkey for that. There's like control period makes something weird. Extract method. New method. Oh, look, control. This is from a YouTube comment taught me that. I mean, taught me that control period was something. So we'll generate a new method. Oh, look at that. Let's do it. And then it tells me the name. It asks me, that's fucking great. Thanks, YouTube comment. It was from like a year ago. I asked in one of my things, how, when you have a public class, how you make the constructor, and I like manually typed it in, and someone's like, you can just do control period. So I just wanted to try it. So this one we will look at. It'll even put in like the correct things it needed and stuff. This one will be called add person to work and come on, fingers, improvement. It's because the person, well, I'm using person because it's going to also be used for heroes. So then if this is the case, we have this thing, we can get rid of this as well. And we can do add person here. Now my fear is, once again, back to this list. But we're going to change this. We'll run this twice. We're going to pass in a list once again. A Godot. No, we're not. We're going to do it right here. This is going to be hey, we can do this too. Control period. This new method. Well, now I have like too many methods, don't I? What was this thing called? Add population to add. This is going to be confusing. To work improvement. Don't I already have this? And then we have this. Check for any work. What have I just done? We need to change this to a Godot collection. This is going to work out, I have a feeling. I have a feeling that everything we're doing is amazing. Population. Worker list, sure. Then we'll rename this worker list. Why did you put this in there? I think I typoed something. I think I hit a button. And then this list is going to be idle workers. Nope. Why doesn't it like that? Does not exist. Well, I thought you suggested this. We're in county data. Idle, what was this thing called a second ago? It's at the top. It's at the top here. Oh, it's just workers list? Is that what we called it? That's what that's why the list appeared, because I had the workers list. That's why that happened. Okay. That's what was going on there. Fucking lost again. Workers list. Oh, look, it's the scavenging remnants. Yeah. Okay. We're gonna have another list for scavenging heroes. I don't know if I think I already made one of those just in my flurry. Yeah, my flurry of creating lists. We got to go back down here. We're gonna have to go through this again because I'm and rename a bunch of stuff. So this is gonna be called workers list. We're gonna rename this thing though. This is gonna be, I don't know, any workers. I don't like it when they have the same name when they're minimap side red dots. What? I don't like when they have the same name because it's confusing later. Like, why is this thing then? So then we need to run this twice, basically. So this is for the normal population. Then we need add population. Why don't we just do this? Why am I making my life so difficult? We'll do that, and then we put in the prioritized workers hero list. Prioritized workers list. My mini map is embedded in the into the scroll bar. Do I have a mini map? Okay. I'm gonna restart my music that you guys can't hear. Though this song is good, I want to hear this other song. I mean, you guys, you know. Prioritize hero worker list. Are you chatting in the wrong chat, Joker? Are you cheating on me and watching someone else at the same time? Scroll bar on the right can see the errors as red spots. This thing. Is that true? I'm trying to make it do an error. Okay, so we have these red things. Well, what are these red things? So let's go up to it. Can I click it? I can drag. Oh my god. Really? But with that, you can also just click on these. That's interesting. I didn't know that. So I really do learn now. Like, where's the thing I just fucked up to make this happen? Right? Which one of these is it? Here it is. I could just Control Z my way back. Control Z my way to freedom. The problem is when there is, like, a lot of times I remember to leave a mistake, like to do this when I want to get back to it. But sometimes there isn't. It's not a bug. You know, it's something I need to fix, but it's not a visual. So what are these other ones? What does this little thing mean? Is it talking about this thing? What the fuck is this thing? Oh, this is like a change or something. That's kind of interesting too. And then I gotta try writer at some point, and all this will be useless. All my knowledge. I keep meaning to, but I just haven't done. There's a green one. A little up. A green arrow. Yeah, what's this thing? Oh, that's where I added something. And red is where I deleted something, or... Yep. Man, I know I bring this up all the time, but think of just like 10, 20 years ago, how much improved this is compared to how shitty the stuff was. And think about like 50 years ago when they had to print this stuff out and have like an assistant read it and mark it with a red pen. You forgot your semicolon. You know, like shit was crazy. Think back to when they had punch cards. What's the original where they're all like they were actual switches, physical switches, and that's what where the literal bugs got stuck in the switches. Yeah, technology. All right, back to this. So let's go through what I just did because I threw a bunch of shit all at once at it. So we're just gonna assume that this works. It's gonna hit the heroes up. See, see, I don't like these names already. So we could... So what we could do is we could name this... Oh yeah, there are blue ones. What is the blue ones? Oh, modified. Interesting. So there's add, remove, and modify. Makes sense. Add population to their preferred work. So it is doing a check on these, which is why this is actually... Well, this one is... Maybe we should do like... look for, because it's population preferred work. Let's do that. And the reason why I want to look for, because this is already add, and it's confusing to have like add and then another add when it's not really adding. So like this is checking and then this is looking for. That's not confusing for me later. And so like this is the same problem. This is we should just do like look for population to work improvement. Is that... I mean, that's what we're doing, kind of. All right, because we can't. I mean, I guess we can kind of test this. Can we kind of test this? Can we kind of test this? Oh, it's crashed. It's crashed. Or it's just really slow. Let's clear this off. Let's build again. I don't think so. I think the issue isn't that like we're gonna get bugs. Actually we're done with all of this. So yeah, I think we can test this. So let's run it for real. I'm still not sure how I feel about this embedded part. I was thinking before I started streaming that, you got when things change. What happened? I'm on beta 3. Wait, where isn't it beta 4? No, beta 3. I updated the README yesterday. What were we on yesterday? Beta 3, yeah. Is there a newer one since that? Didn't beta 3 just come out? Yeah, so with change, I think what happens a lot of times, is this thing just crashing out right now? You gotta like mess with the change for a minute and like feel the change. All right. So, like with change, you're always immediately gonna say, "Oh, I hate this. I don't want to do it." So I gotta, test it for a minute. So the first thing we're gonna want to test here is we need two of these. I guess we need to test the prioritize. We tested this once and it worked, but let's make sure. Now there should be the construction here is available, but let's check this. Everyone's on idle. We're gonna go very slowly here. We're gonna put him on build. So at 3 a.m. something should happen here. So he's building 2, which is what we wanted because that's the one we prioritized. And then there's 5 people. Why are you? Okay, we actually have 2 unhelpful person, which makes it unhelpful for us to test. But we got everyone's on 2, which is what we want. Let's double check this and make sure it says 5 people, which is right. So let's see what happens after they're done constructing it, because there was some absolute chaos last time that happened when they were done constructing things. So we're gonna, I'm not running the time faster because I want this to be easy to stop it. Okay. Fishing shed has been completed. So under this, so we have a different issue, or maybe we wanted it to be that way. I can't remember. I thought we wanted it to not prioritize working there. I thought we wanted this to automatically turn off, but maybe I changed my mind. Once again, I can't remember what things I've goods produced yesterday is 0. That's true though. We're gonna have to look at the production too. I'm just gonna assume it's working. So let's see what's happening here. So because that's still prioritized, everybody's working at the prioritized one. Let's let another day go by. Do we have enough wood and shit for these people to do their thing? Looks like it. Okay, we can make it a little faster. And then we'll turn off the prioritization. Whoop, a little farther. A little farther. Okay, everybody's still working there. 5, 5. So let's turn this off and see what happens. Because I have no idea. We haven't thought about what happens if they change it. I mean, it should do its own thing, right? So this guy, so there is a problem here. He kicked into working. He shouldn't have kicked into working. Even though it works well. All right, and this, now that they're not prioritized, it should have moved to the other. They should have moved to this first one. Let's see what happens another day goes by. Yeah, they're not leaving. They're not stopping working there. All right, so first problems first. It shouldn't have kicked Thomas from build to work. Because we want the player to have to make that choice. And it right now it seems like that, well, of course you want that to happen because it only takes a day to build something. But after it takes like a week, you might want to continue to have the hero always building stuff, So we don't want that to happen. So we got some other issue, and we were looking, I do remember we were looking at this here. In build, for some reason, let's move this. Let's swap these. This should be work. And this should be build. I think build should come first. And then we'll change this to build. And this to work. I know this is obvious right now because of these things, but we want to, yeah, just because. Then we're gonna move this to here, and then we gotta fix their signals. We're gonna change this to 1. Let's make this bigger. And then we're gonna change this one. Change this one to 2. And we always get some errors here when we do that. Midgard, how's it going? Thank you. That's one of the Hearts of Iron is definitely one of the inspirations. All Paradox games. Okay, not all of them. No City Skylines. I have never played City Skylines. I've watched somebody stream it though. But yes, most Paradox games. Probably very little influence from Stellaris. I haven't played Stellaris in years. Years and years. When it first came out, I played it. And now that I think about it, that was like the beginning of when Paradox released games that were very featureless when they first came out. With Stellaris was the first one of those I encountered. All right. Let's see here. So the big problem is this thing kicking over, and I'm not sure what is kicking it over. So if it's one of my lists is probably wrong. So one of my lists, let's see how we have the workers here. Oh, look, this one's a different size of zoom. So this is their activity. And this is what the player has chosen. And this is the builders list. Let's double check that this is the right list, because now that I have so many lists, it's confusing. Workers, builders. So this is absolutely, and these are different methods. Let's double check these methods. They're right next to each other. Builder, worker. That looks like they're getting assigned to the right list. So it goes through. Okay, so what's probably happening is when this actually happens before this thing. When the building's being complete, it's probably assigning them the wrong activity. So the building gets complete and it's probably updating their yes. So this is going through when it's completed. Yes, here's the this is the problem right here. So if it's not a hero, it sets him to idle, which is what we want. Because it's a normal population, it's setting, so when it completes, it sets them to work. But we actually don't want their activity to change. And if we don't want their activity to change, then we probably should just delete that line. Before I wanted their activity, once again, I change my mind every stream on how I want the game to function. So that's if I could just make a decision and stick with it and remember what decision I made, it'd make life a lot easier. I think I flip-flop every single stream on something. All right, let's make this a little bigger. See, this is kind of the reason why I don't like the embedded thing. It's because I always have to fuck with this because I got to move this every time. So we got to build 2 improvements. No, not the garden. The problem with the garden is we don't have the resources and stuff. We don't have 1,000 wood, so no one gets hired there. That's for a different test. Uh, Fisher shed. 2 of them. We don't need to test the prioritize right now. So we close that. See, this is now on build. We're going to click this. I no longer can click that. I can click that one. What the fuck? All I did was move it. let's see what has gone wrong here. That's the build button. See, now I got to drag this back over to look at this stuff is the problem. So those are all bound, right? Scavenge. There's an array. Here we go. That's the problem. We always just ignore these things. One day we'll have a beautification months, and we'll make all of these UI elements not so ugly. My idea is to have it, since it's a post-apocalyptic game, is to, see, now I gotta drag this shit back over again, is to have it look like you're looking at like an old Thomas Brothers map or something like that, and that's why this is like a piece of paper, and you're like putting notes on it. So the UI would be like, is the point of view of like the hero or whatever, and you're planning your stuff with your Thomas Brothers old maps. All right, building this. I don't know if that's a good idea, but that's the idea I have. We're not going to prioritize. Everybody's idle. This is broken still. Did I drag this and build? Work. I didn't know that dragging this one thing over would cause such chaos. Let's go back and look at this code. What is weird about this? There's some dumb shit that's hard coded in here. Build, work, research, hero checkboxes. How are we checking? Deselect number of checkbox. Deselect all. How are we doing that? I can't remember. I don't know. This is a rhetorical question. We don't care about that. Build, work. This is not gonna, we're gonna get rid of this. What part is the part where it's telling it to turn on or turn off? Disable the buttons is my, do we have some other little baby scripts in here or something? No. Was there some other bug? No. So when this thing instantiates, if checkbox is equal to number of checkbox, pressed equals false. So it's going to skip the one that we've already checked. So that doesn't have anything to do with what we our current issue, which is something's in the wrong order. That's the spawning thing. Something is in the wrong order here. Build. Let's run this again. Maybe it was just a one-time fluke. Fluke? One-time thing. I'm going to take a break in like 5 minutes here. That will be a... All right, we click this. These should be grayed out because you can't do it. I think it's in the county info panel, which is that's probably the issue. We need the county info panel because the county info panel is like the thing that's above this that's generating this. And I bet you that's what's controlling, and they're probably like as another thing, or we're referencing something, but the numbers are off now. Hard coding that shit in there is kind of crappy. Where's my county info panel? What are we at? UI. Hero list prefab. I don't think we have like containers and shit. Why do these things have the same name? All right, just don't look at that. That's what I'm telling myself there. It works, right? So on visibility change, it counts the idle workers, updates everything. One of these, generate hero panel list. It generates the heroes for these different lists. That seems like that works. Oh, yeah. We had this big weird thing. Check for available activities. So it's going to go disable most activities checkbox. What does this do? Oh, look at this dumb. I wrote this in. It's got to be a better way to do that. For each checkbox, in the disable most of them, if it's not equal to 0, there's only 5 of them, and we're skipping 3 of them. Wouldn't it just be easier to put like disable these 2? Okay, so let's see here. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? 0, so it's gonna disable 1 and 2, which is the ones we want. This is dumb. This is dumb. There we go. Populate activity bot. Aha. Here we go. This is dumb too. This is dumb too. There we go. This is now build. And this is now work. There's no way that this is the good way to do this. There's got to be a better way to do this. This reminds me of something I would do 2 years ago. But we'll leave it. See, I mean, it immediately caused, the minute I made one change, it immediately caused issues. Yeah, having those things hard-coded in like that is, and we're going to be fucking with this stuff all the time. There's our, oh, it's 32 errors now. It was 33 last time. Yeah, I don't know what to do about that. Click on this thing. Click on this thing. Construct this. Construct this. Do this. See, it's still not big enough. There's got to be a checkbox that makes it so I don't have to do this. What is this? And then if I do this, will it... No. What does this button do? Embedded game size stretches to fit. Oh no. So what I wanted to do is if I do this to shrink the game, the full game to fit that size. Keep that No, that's not what I want. So I need it to shrink. Because otherwise I have to fuck with this all the time. They just invented this, so it's why it's got somewhat. None of these do what I want. Want though. So I guess we're back to this. Maybe I'll have it pop out again. What is this button? No, that's not what we're doing. Anyways, we don't need to prioritize this stuff. We need to check. We have idle people. So once again, we have some number off somewhere because it's still firing off 2. And it should, man, this is a pain in the ass, all because hero checkbox, it's checking the prefab. So the population data activity, this is, oh, there's another one. We have another switch that does that? Holy fuck, dude. So this is populating it if the hero is already doing it. We need to find another one. What is this thing? Hero checkbox. 2 is disabled. 1. See? I hate all of this. I hate it all. Because we're going to be messing with that, and I have to remember what I did. Every time. After this test, I'm going to take a quick break. I obviously need a cigarette. Oh, we finally got it. Now can I click on it? I can. And he's on build. And then, yeah, you know, this is a good spot. We'll leave this up. I don't know. I just started this process where I've been alt tabbing all the time. I think it's because when I'm on my other computer, when you play, you know, when you're playing a real video game, it's full screen a lot of times. You got to alt tab to get to stuff. But let me put up my break timer and let me stop my music that you can't hear, and I'll be back in less than 5 minutes. right. That felt like a very quick break. How long was it? Oh, no, it was longer than normal. Man, all right. Well, all we have to do here is I keep saying all right and okay again. And I guess maybe I never stopped. All we have to do here is run this to 3 a.m. Doesn't really matter where I have selected it. At least it shouldn't. Well, he's building stuff, but they are not. Let's double check. We have 2 of them. So we have some problem here. Probably we're generating the list or something wrong. So we're looking at the wrong list. So let's go back, not this part. So the heroes are doing it. Nothing's prioritized, so it should skip this part. And it clears the prioritized building list. All right. All of this shouldn't matter. We find our idle population. Let's see how we're doing this. We go through and the people are idle. Let's let one more day run. I'm curious. Now they're all working on it. Oh, look at him. He went to the second one now. Oh, they're working. Oh, did the first one finish? So the first one finished, and then he went to go build the second one because he's still on build. So that part's working. The problem is I don't think. Let's restart this. I have a theory here. I think maybe the first day they're not going to do any work. We're not going to assign that hero at all. We're just going to build one thing here. And everyone's on idle. No, it should assign them to the building of it. And then the next morning it should kick off. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, there's something going wrong with our building. Well, let's look at this find idle one more time. So if they're idle, which is what they are, if they're working, I mean, I guess they could have all failed their loyalty and they all could be unhelpful, but that's highly unlikely. So it adds them to the worker list at this point, which is what we want. And then we check everyone to construction. Builders list. Here's the problem. There's nobody on the builders list. Workers list. Well, what are you adding them to? Where is this? Our idle thing. It adds them to the worker list. Did I call it workers? I sure as fuck did. Workers? It should be workers. Workers? Worker list. It doesn't matter. It's one of those words that it doesn't matter. We'll put an S in here anyways. Okay, so this is going to add them to the workers list. We might not need the builders list, I think is the problem, is what's going on. And I made too many lists is what happened. We have so many little mini lists. This is what I was saying at the beginning. I could have like had one list and then made a note when it was required to have a second list instead of making a bunch of lists and then trying to assign the lists. Okay. Oh, I did it again. The okay thing. Yeah, see, I gotta do more clicks if it's embedded, so maybe I'll turn off the embedding. Let's give it another weekend. We're not gonna do that. And then 3 o'clock. They're now building. Let's let them go for another day. They should finish the building. They're going to do extra building. Right now it matters because it's 1 day, but in the future it won't matter because it only takes 1 day to build something. We got 5 workers. Okay, so fucking okay. That's working. Let's build something else. Oh, look, and we can put him on. Well, what happens if we put him on build? Because we are on work. We already have 5 people working. So what happens when we do that? We get a bug. Let's see what this says. Stupid thing. Yeah, I think what happen is he can't. What population is what population is researching? Oh, this is for random research. That's a strange, unexpected error. I think what's happening is because he doesn't have the hero doesn't have a county improvement. It's bugging out here. It couldn't assign him a county improvement because the county improvement was full. So what we would do there, so how do we do that? We need to take someone off of the county improvement. If you assign a hero to build or to work or build or whatever, either one, it needs to remove in the county improvement's already full. It needs to remove someone, the person with the worst construction or skill, the lowest skilled person should be removed, and the boss should be put on. His skill level could be terrible, but so let's go. Let's go. I think we're going to need to do this for all of them. Add prioritized builders to list. This is checking the population. Go through each person. The heroes, are they part of this? No. We're checking the wrong. It's this one that I thought we were looking at. Okay, so the assign heroes to build improvement. We need to adjust this before. So at the begin, if at the beginning this wasn't happening because we didn't do it after the whatever. So we need to check. We need to do if available builder slots is 0. We need to take someone off of there. And it should be the last person on the list because they should have already been sorted. I hope. All right, so we need to have a check here. Check check and remove check and open builder slot. We're going to need to pass in a county improvement data. What the fuck? Oh my god, what did I double? I think I double. There we go. County improvement data. So we might be able to do this with, we can do this for both. So we're gonna check an open slot. Will be for both workers, and so we pass this in. this needs to return. I was staring at it like that because I was like, wait, this needs to return an int. And this needs to be available builders slots equals this. Oh. What is this? This is what I want. What I can make this? I just had a typo. Check and open slot. So what we would do though, we would go if is equal to 0. So I'm saying you shouldn't do equal to 0 though. Is less than 1. Well, we'll do that anyways. Then we do this other thing. So if this is equal to 0, if this is going to check remaining worker slots is 0, available worker slots is 0, we're going to readjust this. We could also do if remaining worker slots is 0. We probably should actually do this. It should be in between these two. Yeah, let's do it this way. Let's put it here. If remaining worker slots, I accidentally hit comma and it worked. Then we're going to set this. And then, because we need, if remaining worker slot is equal to 0 and adjusted max builders is not equal to 0. So the thing is, the player could adjust this down to 0 to have people not work there. Like they could have like 3 buildings and they'd be like, oh, we don't need anybody working here. So they could like adjust it down to 0. So then we're going to check and open a slot. So how are we going to open a slot? We're going to, what does this do? Okay, so this actually does what we need it to do. Why can I never find my way back to what I was doing? Okay, assign hero to building improvement. What is this? What are we doing here? Here we go. Check and open slot. So we're actually not checking and opening it. We're just opening a slot. Open slot. You know what we could? You know what we could? Open employee slot. That makes more sense. And I was trying to think of a word that's a builder or a worker. Employee, of course. So we're going to return. We're going to need an int here. That is, no, it's always going to be 1. We're always going to be returning 1, right? We're using this slice thing. Are we going through each? We made this more complicated. Assign heroes to the building slot. So we go through, we have these remaining slots, then we pull the hero and we put him there. And if there's 3 slots there and we have 3 heroes, they're gonna go because of this slice thing. And we don't want to run this a bunch of times. So we need to figure out how many heroes, though, which is what we were doing here. So remaining worker slots. Wait. So actually, this is how we coded this currently is how... So if there isn't any slots, the hero won't take someone's slot. And now I'm trying to change it. Maybe we don't do this. Maybe we just don't not worry about it. So that if there's... The hero's already... If the population has already filled up the place, they don't replace... The hero doesn't replace someone. Once again, this is one of those things where, like, I guess I kind of thought about earlier and then I was fine with it, and now I've changed my mind and I don't like it. So if we... All right, so we can... Do we want the hero to replace a worker that's already there? So what would have happened before if we didn't have anybody? So it goes through this and this was 0. It just doesn't add him in there. That bug we got may have been a... Well, we don't have, there's always, so currently it's set up so that it was always thinking that would happen. But yeah, we need to have something if there is no. So what does this 0 do? The issue is that it's checking. Yeah, the issue, so that research thing is just the check is wrong. Or we can have the hero take someone off the list. So let's think about this for a second here. Oh, that looks great. Get out of here. That looks terrible. Get out of here. So if the player assigns somebody to build, a hero to build, should they replace someone? What was that weird flash? That was very strange. They should replace if the building, I know that says work right now, but if they're building something, they should replace someone. They should. I'm almost positive. So they should replace someone who's working there, the worst worker. So if that's the case, the easiest way to do it would just be to clear the list and have people reassigned. Just remove everybody from the improvement and then have them reassigned every day. But I think the problem with that is that people are going to be jumping around. Like, it's going to reassign people to different spots if you set that. And we would have to, that would also cause it it would happen every day. Even if well, we could set it so that if the player does select that, it clears the buildings. Let's put this back. I think we might be able to find an easier way to do this. I'm control Zing my way back. I always do this. I always say, you know, you can control Z my way out of my problems. It seems like I type slow though when I. That looks right. So let's save that. Is that right? Yes. No, that is wrong. Wait, now I'm control Zing myself in the wrong direction. All right, let's just get rid of that. And get rid of this. I think this is right. Yeah. So let's go back over to here. So we can just do like if the assign builders to improvement right here. If this improvement prioritize construction list if prioritize if county data prioritized hero builders list is greater than 0. We need a dot count here. Is greater than 0. Then we do this. And this is for the county improvement. So then we need to remove everybody from the county improvement. Does this, and this goes through each person? No, this is just one. And then it will regenerate. It's like the boss showed up and fired everybody, and then they're rehired. Some Elon Musk shit right there. Do we want to try to do it without just clearing everyone? We try to pull out how many heroes can fit in there. I think that's going to be kind of a pain, though. This is each county improvement. Let's put this in hero work, and let's. I don't know how this is all going to shake out. I've said this in the past, and I totally. I think about it all the time. Programming always does exactly what you tell it, and that's one of the things I really like about it, because you get weird things to happen, and then when you look at your code, you're like, oh, I did tell it to do that weird thing. So, and then sometimes you're like, I think I told it, at least this happens to me, I think I told it to do this, and then it does something else, but it works, and you're like, I guess. Remove everyone from, actually this shouldn't be here, but we'll finish what I'm typing, from county improvement. This should be under, we may already have this. This should be under county improvement data. County improvement data, where you at? Adjust number of builders, get the county improvement name, lowest skilled population. I'm going to put a note about that. Lowest skilled population. I think I forgot that I wrote that. I wonder what this is for, because we're sorting, but it's a C# list, which I don't do that much anymore. Adjust number of workers. Adjustments. So this one is if you're hitting the plus or minus button. Oh, and this is where it's pulling that lowest skilled worker. It's pulling out the lowest skilled worker. They should already be sorted in lists, though. Remove population from population at improvement list. Oh, why is it? Okay. I was going to say, what is all this crap after this? But no, that's for this thing. So, remove population from population improvement list. Add do I have this in 2 spots? Where was that, remove from... So this is like different than that other thing, but look at this. We have this. I forgot that I wrote some stuff. Where's my account? And pin this over here. And move this over here. Then we'll for each county or population data. Population data in population at, what did I call it? It's right there. It's literally right there. Population at improvement. Why aren't you auto? Is this like a C# list or something? Oh, it's because it's static. For each one of these, we want to use this thing I already wrote, right? Like, why? We want to get the lowest skilled worker. No, we're just blowing everybody away. We're just getting rid of... What was I doing? Okay, so this is for adjusting... This is for when you adjust the numbers on the UI. It's for these buttons. These ones. It boots the lowest skilled person. Which is good. That's like a good thing. But now I'm wondering if I could use this for other things. And then I have this removed from county population. Okay, no, we are using this. Okay, all right. I'm overthinking things. I'm thinking I forgot stuff. I did forget stuff, but I was thinking I forgot other things. So we go this. Yep. So this is gonna remove everybody. But see, this is the conundrum I'm having, is that I don't know if this is what I want to do. Do we want to just blow away everyone from the county population and refill it with heroes, and then it's got to refill up with people? Because they're going to get a loyalty check as well. Maybe that's good, though, because it has a little chaos. One of the problems that I've run into so far is that if someone gets like assigned to a workplace, they just do that forever, and they shouldn't. They should like stop. You know what I mean? Like they should stop occasionally. So I guess we'll just add it. And so a little bit of chaos is good. It will throw off the player. The player will be like, why the fuck did this guy stop working here? And they'll never know because they won't be able to fathom the code that I've written. I don't even know how it works. So if this happens, then we go county improvement data, remove everyone from the county improvement. So this should blow away everybody from the county improvement. And then we assign the heroes, and then we add the population. This is only going to do this if the prioritized hero builders list has this. So then let's go back down to here, and we're going to do the same thing. If prior county data prioritized hero worker list is greater than 0. Oh, right, dot count. Then we go up to here, but we need to add in that other thing, county data, remove everyone. Okay, and D that. All right, this might be a total disaster, and it might not be. Just fire everyone. Oh, we're gonna still get that bug. No, we won't. That bug can't happen now. See, there's a weird flash right there. Did it work? Oh, there's another one. I think they need to do some more work on the embeddedness. Oh, we got a third one. It obviously is not restarting though. Maybe I didn't click it enough. Maybe those flashes were something else. That did not look good. So we're gonna go to our improvement here. We're going to construct one of these. We'll construct another one just for fun. We're not going to prioritize anything just yet. We'll have some more testing for that in a minute. We're not going to assign the hero because we need to test what happens once there's people there. So at 3 o'clock has passed. We have everybody is working. So the first 5 people are working at the Fisher's shed. And then this person is working at the second one. It's going to blow everyone away. No, yes, it's going to. No, because they get removed from this list. So it's the first one if they're full. Yeah. All right. But we're not even doing that yet. Yes, we are. Building. So if we click this building thing, I don't think it's going to do anything right now. It will say he's building, but it happens too fast. But let's see what happens anyways. This is not what we were going to test. I'm kind of cold. Gotta open up the heater vent that's in this room. Being too patient. Okay, so this is still checked and it's turned off, which isn't necessarily bad because we should be able to click this. It's saying that there's nothing, you know, that means you can't reselect it because there's nothing. So, but he's selected to build. So yeah, this is still okay. Let's set him to work. I kind of like that. See, that's a bug that was better. Because it tells you that he's working on something that he can't do. We can bump this to 8 though. We didn't get any bugs. Whoops. So now he's working on 2. We didn't do. Wait, this test isn't going to work. He should be on 1. Did we put this in the work thing too? We did. Let's rerun this and test it with just one improvement. And as long as we don't get too unhelpful people, it should be okay. So we're gonna do one improvement here. We're gonna run this until now is probably fine. Yeah, so if 5 people are working there. Oh, let's let it build. Let's let it finish. I think the building thing is confusing to me. So now he's on work, and now everyone should be fired when the morning comes here. And he should be put in their place. We didn't get a bug. It didn't work. Carol Cook. That's my wife. He should be on this list. Prioritize hero workers list. Assign workers to improvement. Assign heroes to work improvement. Prioritize hero worker list. Prioritize hero worker list. Population improve. So this should be coming back with like a number. You know, it should be fully. Remove everyone from county improvement. Population at improvement. Remove. Sets them to idle. If this is not null, it takes it off of there. And then, did it say anyone was taken off the list? Why are these people generating scavenged? Oh, that's a different. What was the word? Removed? Was removed from blank. What are these people's names? See, now I can't look at this and this at the same time. That's a huge problem. Yeah, the embedded thing hasn't been quite thought through. But like I said, it's an early thing here. We're going to do a screenshot of this. Diana Hill, Alan, Bonnie, Paula. Yeah, these people are all on this list. There's someone. I know they were removed twice. And this is a different order than this because they're sorted by skill, I assume. Oh, this has an improvement name, but it's acting like they were never added to this in the first place, and they should have been. Let's think about this. What have I done wrong here? I wonder if we let another day pass, if it's something like that. No. All right, something's not working, obviously. So let's go through the county thing again. So if the prioritized work improvement list is greater than 0, oh, we only did this to the prioritized lists. Oh, wait. Assign builders. Assign builders to improvement. Prioritize construction improvement. We only did it to the prioritized one. I made another list for assign everyone to construction. Didn't I just break these into a method that, yeah, look for population for preferred work, add person to work improvement, Yeah. So we only did that for the prioritized stuff. But I think we want to do it to all. Well, we can test that by prioritizing this and see what happens. We can just unpause it. We got a bug. Absolute chaos happened. Is it this same bug? Sometimes you can click on them and they'll go places. All right, we don't need that note anymore. Where are we at here? 194. Remove everyone from county population. For each population data, and so it's going through this list. Oh, god damn it. This is one of those things where it can't do it. It can't do it because you're editing the list. Inside here, there's a thing that removes them from the list that we're editing. That's what that bug is. I hate that bug. I don't know why it bothers me. It's like, obviously that's how it should work. You can't fuck with a list that you're looking at. So what we got to do is back to here. We got to add them. We can just do a whatever, just any old list of population data. Is there another way we can do this that's easier? We could just copy the list. There's got to be a better way to do this. Updates their activity. Oh, that's also gonna, no, but the hero shouldn't be on that list. All right, we gotta like make a copy of this list or something. Make a copy of a list. See, Godot collections array. Make a copy without affecting the original one. Duplicate. Duplicate? I don't believe you. We'll try it. Duplicate is like the bane of my existence. So we're gonna do a Godot collections array of population data called people to remove. And then we're gonna go, we could just actually do it this way, equals population at improvement dot duplicate, and then here we're gonna do this people to remove, and then we'll do that. Yeah, I don't know why that one error upsets me, because like I said, it's exactly how it should work. Like imagine in real life if you were fucking with a list while you were trying to do things to the list, you would never get it done. You would have another list in your brain of what you would want done. Once again, it's the thing where it does exactly what you tell it to do. Everybody should now be built. Well, we gotta wait until this. And this is not the problem we're gonna have here, because we only did prioritize stuff. So everyone's working. Then we're gonna set this dude to work. And then we're gonna unpause it and we'll see. It shouldn't do anything, but we also shouldn't get any bugs. Yeah, so it's not gonna do anything yet until we test this prioritize part. And then once the 3 a.m. comes around, we didn't get any errors. He's now working there. Look at this person scavenging too. So that, hey, it's McCarl. All right. So, God damn it, that fixed that one thing, but now we need to add this all to these other. I don't think we want to blow away the people if there's. How are we doing this? So they go through. They add the person to the improvement. It never checks to see if there's enough people working here. Oh, check if workers are full. So if there's already workers there, it doesn't add them in. That makes sense for preferred work, because preferred work is just a preference. So if there is places there they can do their preferred work, and then we check for any work, we're to the prioritize heroes list. This should probably do the thing where it removes. Is this per person though? No. And what does this do? Look for population of work. This goes through each one. So I think what we would do here is same thing. If prioritized, we're on workers. Yes. Workers count is greater than 0. We do this, but then we also do the county improvement, remove everyone from the county from that improvement. So it's going to kind of shuffle people around. God damn these chords. Every time. If there's a way for a cord to get wrapped up in a chair's wheel, then it's going to happen. The whole time I'm streaming, I'm moving this cord around to try to keep that from happening, and it still happens. And then, I love to fucking bitch and moan. That's all I like to do. I just do it when I'm alone. I just sit here and bitch and moan. I tried to get some wireless headsets, and they all fucking sucked. There's this thing called side tone, where I can hear my own voice when I'm talking. And if it turns off, I just start shouting to try to hear myself. And every wireless one didn't have side tone in it that I tried. And I didn't want to spend $500 on a wireless headset. I wanted to spend $100. So I'm sure there's $500 ones out there, but it seems like fucking insane to spend that much money on a headset. Plus, sometimes you get this tiny bit of lag on wireless headsets with the side tone, especially. So when you're talking, there's like this tiny bit of lag in your voice, and your brain just cannot handle that. You want to pause and not interrupt yourself. Anyways, so check for any work. We're not doing this for building yet. I guess we should. Assign everyone to building. If we're in county data, prioritize hero builder. Oh shit, did I do the right one over there? Count is greater than 0, then do this, but fire everyone at the county improvement. The boss comes in, fires everybody, and everyone gets their job back. Prioritize hero. Any work. Prioritize. See, I fucked it up. Yeah, it should match that. Does this other one match? We did it differently. Oh well. Okay, let's see what happens now. I'm really setting myself up for failure here. The names I noticed were different. Well, we're getting that flashing. See, there's something else going on because now I have to click it again. Maybe it's those errors. I really just feel like it, like I said, they'll ridicule me if I post something like, I don't know if this is wrong, but I got these weird errors now. Everyone's idle. That's good. We're going to construct, whoops, we're going to construct one fisher's shed. We're going to kick it to 3 o'clock. We're going to check. 5 people are working. Well, it's pretty common for us to get one on, I think it's like a 10% chance. 5 people are working. No, we're going to wait until the building finishes. The building has been finished working, or whatever. We're going to set their building being built. We're going to set that. We'll double check this. Yeah. We'll let 3 o'clock. Oh, bunches of people are idle now. No one wants to work with that guy. The problem, I think, is that these. Why are they still idle? They are idle. They're not on the idle workers list. They're not on the idle workers list because at this point they didn't know they were getting fired. So we have to add them to each one. I wonder if that's going to fuck up other things though. So we need to move. We need to add them back in, but we also need to know the county data because that's a county data thing. We need to know what county they're in. So county data. We can just pass this in, and then we go county data. It's like but we don't know if they're working or fuck, man. Why does this have to be so complicated? Why did I make this so complicated? Prioritize hero builders list, prioritize work hero. So we would have you know what we did though is we've kind of done away with the 2 lists. I think it's just the workers list. Add. So let's double check that because I think we got rid of the. I think we got rid of the builders list. It doesn't apply to the standard people. One day we'll get this all done. We'll finish this game 5 years from now. What's your fucking problem? This is not valid. That's true. That is true. I have a feeling I'm setting myself up for failure there. I'm going to take a quick break, though. I'm going to pause my music that you guys can't hear. I'm going to put up my break timer, and I'm going to turn up the heat vent that is in this room, or turn it up. Open it. Casper, how's it going? I am going to take a quick break. So here's my break timer, and you'll see me walking around back here, I think. I'll be right back. All right, I am back. The heater has not kicked on yet, even though, I turned on the heater vent. That's how it works. Let's see. Music that you guys can't hear. Start. And we're back here. All the bugs are gone. Did I hit play? I don't remember. Let's do it again here. It's like slower now or something when it's embedded. It's strange. Like I said, I think they're just not. It's too new. We gotta wait for it to work out all the weirdness. All right, once again, we build one thing. We close this. We hit this. We speed it up to 8. We wait till now. We got 5 people. We only got 4 people. This isn't gonna work. We can solve this problem though. If we go to our globals and we actually change this number to like 8. And then we'll restart it again. That way we'll have enough people always. There'll always be too many people working. And that's what we want, is too many people working. Construct 1. Close this thing. Close this thing. All right. What the fuck are you people doing? No, that's fine. Is that how they should work? Yes. So they should be scavenging because there's nothing else for them to do. So that's working, but we gotta now put you. No, we gotta wait until this is finished being built. Check again. We have different people scavenging, but that's okay. We have 5 people working. Now we should fire them all when we set this guy to work. I mean, not right this second, but soon enough. And then we'll go back here. And now we have 5 people working, but the hero is one of them. So that actually worked. And we didn't get any bugs. So that research thing isn't happening. All right, let's let a couple of days run because we've encountered that in the past. We'll just whatever. And the research seems to be working. Then we'll check this. These guys are all scavenging. This looks like it's working. Now we need to test the building. We need to make this take longer to build. It's too short right now. So let's go make the cost. Have I mastered? You know, I'm gonna go with baby steps. I feel much more comfortable with it. I'm not sure how I feel about this embedded thing. I'm trying it out though. You got to try out anything new. Because I have to do this all the time, where I move things and max amount of construction. Let's change this to 100 for now. I definitely feel more comfortable than I did a year and a half ago or whatever it was, a year ago, by far. I can't remember. Are you a C# guy? Godot C# guy? They're so rare. There's only like 4 of us. Oh, I didn't check this remove thing either. I guess we can do this. So we need to have him build. We need them to fill up though first. See, I gotta move that around all the time. Stigglewinks, how's it going? I let things pile up on my desk, and my stepdad actually calls it a horizontal filing system. I hadn't heard of this until I mentioned it to him like a couple of years ago, where you let paperwork, like letters and stuff. You know how you're always getting junk mail that you're gonna, you should probably look at this, and I just throw it on my desk and it piles up, and then eventually I go through it. So yeah, I like when I do that. Since I've moved into the basement though, because of the construction of my house, I have not done any. There's like nothing on my desk. It's just sitting here. I fucked up. Let's turn this. What happens if we turn this off? Nothing. He's still going to be on build. See, we got to fix that. We haven't written that code yet. Set hero back to idle if player. See, it's always the player's the problem. Every time. Set hero back to idle if player unselects. Deselects? It doesn't matter. Deselects activity. Move this to the top. We have to rerun it because that doesn't work. Are you streaming today, Single Winks? Let's see. Or anyone? Let's construct this thing. We need one of these. It's constructed. We need this to go down. We need to close this. We need to wait until 3 o'clock. Going to attempt. Let's double check this. There's people building, and now it should take longer because we added that up. Then we're going to do this, and he should be on build, and then at 3 o'clock, he should fire. Somebody should get canned. Well, everyone should get canned, and it should do something. It didn't work. And all right, so we got to fix. We must be doing the wrong list. Oh, did we not add them back in? I don't think we added them back in. We only did it on. I thought I did. Oh, but see, this is the. We only have one list. Are we doing? Did I do 2 lists after all? Because we don't need 2 lists. Let's comment out the other list. What are you working on these days? This list. I don't think we need this list. And if we're using it, we'll find out right here. Yeah. But that isn't what I was hoping to get. That wasn't what I was hoping to get the error there. I was hoping it was saying we were using Nectarine. It's always something new. You're like a learning machine. Or is that? Oh, is that one that you've? So what happened here? Let's see something. He's definitely on build. Oh, it's 1 a.m. That's a problem. There, it was just the time didn't pass. All citrus. All citrus fruits. All right, it was between the 1 and 3 period was the problem there. So there was no problem. Let's see if we got. Yeah, so it removed all these people. I wonder why it's firing this other thing again. Is it the same people? It's different people, so it must be a different county. Oh no, Martha is here. It is the same people. It just Maria isn't on this list. And she is on this list. I've noticed that this thing kind of fires a lot. I wonder, let's run this and not do anything. I would respond to your message, Casper, but I don't know that much about YAML. I'm assuming you're talking to Stingaway, since he does know about YAML. He actually, I watched his stream and he showed me what YAML was. I hadn't heard about it besides yet another mech lab from Mech Warrior. So we're not going to do anything and see if the people are getting removed from stuff if nothing happens. So they aren't. Let's build something and see if they get removed. Okay, so it does. And Martin, Aaron, this is very useful. Yeah, so it... Is that what I built? Was it converted warehouse? Oh, I guess it did. Did they just research that shit? Oh, they sure did. Uh, so what is it removing them from? I'm just curious. It's like, if it's work, so I shouldn't fuck with it, but like, I bet you it's under... We could search... What does this full thing say? Was removed from... I guess we need to find this. Yeah, remove. So then we're going to search for this. Oh, it's doing it on every improvement. Does it do it every day? Well, we're on day 5, and well, no, it doesn't. It's only like the first time. It just makes sure that they're not working somewhere else, which I guess is we need to have in there. But they just happen to not be working anywhere else. It's probably in there for some reason. Like I said, I was saying this earlier. Like I've learned not to mess with my like, oh, this shouldn't be here, and then I delete it, and the whole fucking game breaks. So I guess I didn't mention that earlier. All right, so I think everything is working. So let's just run some random tests here. What do we got going right now? We got everyone scavenging. Did you complete your work already? Yeah, warehouse doesn't give you any. So everyone's scavenging. Are we getting scavenging output? Let's get rid of this thing, this comment. And not unhelpful. We don't need this clogging up our shit right now. What is this other? Low stockpile goods or improvement in storage or research. That's fine. That's fine. Is generating scavenged resources. So this thinks is my. Do we have a haywire in here? No, that's a different place. See how this is annoying? And I gotta reopen it up. That's fine. We need to find who's somebody who works here. Watson? Oh, it says the county, so we can look it. Harney? Wasco? Portland. I wonder if we can put the amount that they generated. Because that would sure make life better. Generated. Scavenged. I think is what it said. No. What does it say? Can I just copy this? Generating. Let's move this. Oh, it looks like we need to move some stuff around here. I love moving stuff around, so So in here, this is like uh, this is kind of a dumb, this is just 0 or 1. It's kind of a dumb name for that. So this is either food or remnants. So what we could do is right here is generating scavenged food. Do we have $1? Yeah, we do. Then we can go amount. Except we got to spell it right. And then we can copy this. Put this here. Remnants. Remnants. And we can get rid of this, sure. Now we'll have a better idea of this actually working, because it has been, I have this fear that they're not actually, I don't know why I have this fear, but I have a fear that they're not actually generating anything. And we're not going to do anything. We're just going to let them become, we're going to let them become scavengers. We could test this. Let's click him on scavenge and see what happens. Who the fuck knows, right? Literally, who the fuck knows? We get a bug or something? We didn't get a bug. So everybody's scavenging. I need a day to go by. Joshua, that's me. Okay, so they are generating... Oh, I didn't cut that? Oh, I probably didn't save it. There we go. We don't need that twice. So they are generating stuff. So this person did food, remnants. So what is our hero's name? Something Hill. Looks like an UA at the end. Yeah, so it's Joshua Hill. I guess it says right there too. Let's go up to Portland. Portland. We got to go to the newest. I think he does it at the end. Is that the plan? Yeah, see, this is very annoying that I have to close this down. Virginia Kelly. This could be... No, this is supposed to be Portland. I don't see any Kellys in here. Albert Perry. Well, there's a Perry, but it's not Albert. Morgan. Christine. None of these people are here. Laura. Okay, so it's saying this county is after. This says county. I thought this county should be at the top, right? Joshua Hill. Is that the hero? How the fuck can we see this stuff? He's the hero. Yeah, it was Joshua Hill. So he did do it. Everyone is scavenging. I guess what's going on here is I'm in disbelief that this is all working. I don't trust myself. So let's build a county improvement here and see what happens now. Sure, we can set him to build. So now he's gonna not, doesn't have scavenge on. We gotta wait for 3 a.m. to pass. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's right. Everyone else is scavenging. Everyone's helpful. We'll let like a couple of days pass. We made this much larger. Is there a way we can check? Right when I said that, we finished it. So let's put him, once again, I do kind of like that bug right there. So everyone's working. Let's put this guy in work now. and it should kick him off, kick one of these people off when the time comes. Oh, I always test every detail. I'm obsessed with it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. It's gonna really suck when it's later in the game, and I'll have to like load a save or something every time. It's gonna be a real pain. All right, I think everything's working as we planned. We'll run into other issues later. You know. All right, so we need to do this. What is this? We're done with this. This was a note from yesterday, so I could remember what I was doing. Make sure we clear the prioritized workers list so the heroes aren't always on there. I think that's working. It might not, but we haven't run into any issues with that, so let's just close it. Yeah, sometimes I feel like all I'm doing is testing because I'm not confident on my work, you know? I don't know how to do that yet. What about unit test satellite project? I don't know. What is that? Unit test satellite. You're talking about like another like VS test. Yeah, like another thing that runs, like another program that runs that tests things. Each component as it's built. Additional tests that satellites go. Wait, what are we looking at here? That's not. I understand what you mean though. Unit test. VS integration. Let's look at C#. For managing code. So here's a learning thing. What level is this? I think I'm level 4. Sometimes you gotta check to make sure it's not from the like. All right, I'm gonna have to put this in my notes. Unit tests to manage manage all the testing. I want to put this link in here too. I don't know if it's going to do any good though. So the issue is that there's a lot of changes every time I do anything. And I don't think well, I guess maybe I don't understand how they work, but move that to the top, but we're not going to actually make it the top we want. Everything's all lagged out. I still got to do this too. Maybe we should convert this to an issue. All right, we're done with all that shit. Back to this though. Yeah, we got to do this one. In the event log, it shows, yeah, we got to do both these. Test prioritize work. We just did that. Get rid of build button. We've changed our mind. We're not doing that. We're keeping the build button. Get out of here. Add what is being built to hero in population list and description panel. I don't know if we have it in the description panel. Let's look. Whoops. It says work Fisher's shed. Oh, that's the wrong one too. I totally, we've been talking about keeping things simple, the KISS thing, a lot lately. I'm overcomplicating things sometimes. We need to add to this here, I just noticed the description panel also, and description, the population description. In the event log of the population description panel as well, it needs that. Joker, you're back. Back to here. We got to do this. We got to do that. Yeah, we're gonna do that. But this has just been moved to elsewhere. I don't know. I think this is just a check. So let's do these next two. How much time do I got? Like 30 minutes? We can do. No, we fixed it all. It's all fixed. The game's done. Ship it, right? We got to start working on the $50 DLC. The one where you can't click unless you pay $50. 1 penny per click. They need that on like League of Legends. LOL. So, you know, there's a lot of clicking in that. Set hero back to idle. All right, so how are we going to do this? So if... I think this is already open. It is. So if... you check something... ship it with the shipbirds? Yes. That's made by the shipbirds. Developed by the shipbirds. So if you check something... So this is a signal gets passed in. I hate this. I hate this. A signal gets passed in with the number that you've checked. It deselects all the other ones, and then it reselects this. But the problem with that, you can unselect it, but it needs to... what does this signal do? Like, what does it set on? Pressed. So if you select, if you so this is passing in this thing. It goes to here. When I click it, unclick it. When I unclick it, it's probably just passing the thing as well. You know, it's passing it's pressed, so it doesn't matter. Even though it's unchecking on the screen, it's probably passing it in. We could easily check this though. By scavenge is already going here. We could just go GD print scavenge has been pressed. I'm pretty sure what it's doing is it's when you're every time, regardless of what the toggle shows, it's going to trigger that. So what we would have is we would have the like toggle off and on, and then we can just set them to idle if it's off. Yeah, so that's what it's doing. Every time I click it, I don't know why we have it this way. Every time I click it. So we should be able to check that button. This number should correspond. I hate this. This number should correspond with the button. We'll just do like we'll change how we're going to do this, but it's in an array of something, of hero checkboxes. We can go number of checkbox, because this could work for all of them. Toggled, off, button press. It's one of these. It's not that. we would do, actually we can look at this. It is, toggled is always going to be there. We need to be over here though. County info, margin, county, we got a lot of stuff here. Heroes. See, this is what I'm talking about. Then we're going to drag this over here. Then over here. Then we got to go to this one. I think I'm in the wrong spot. What have I drilled down to? No, this is the right hero panel V hero name. It's right here. But then we need the aid activities. We need scavenge. Whew. Okay, it is pressed. So it's pressed is what we want to look. So we would go if this thing, I mean, it's going to be there too. Pressed button. Button pressed is equal to true, then it's going to do this thing. And else it's going to do has been unpressed. Then we'll return. Yeah, case we're passing in, I hate this whole thing, we're passing in a 0 from the signal, you know, because it's in an array, and I hate the whole thing. I moved one of them around and like 6 different things broke. Oh, look at this. These are, oh no, I had them squished before. It needs to be at the bottom for this. No way, I can drag this back over. See, this is the embedded thing just really doesn't work. And there's got to be like one of these settings that makes it so that it just shrinks to the size of the window. So you don't have to do this. Turn you back on. Perfect. So that's what we want. And then we're going to do this, but we're going to change this to idle. And then what are we doing in these other ones? So these are just updating the activity. Wonder why this one has this other stuff. I don't feel like this needs this other stuff. I think this is old. So you set them on scavenge. They're not going to get on those lists because we've rewritten all that shit at this point. I think we can just update their activity. So if we hit scavenge, they're still going to go through that list. Let's look and double check because I think I have a thing now. I think, like I said, I think that's old. Yeah, well, yeah. So it would just set this, and then this is set. They're not added to any lists, though. If we... Did we test this? Well, he's on scavenge right now. Is that for real? That's not for real. So this isn't working right. Did I do that? I don't think we need that other stuff. But once again, every time I think that, there's a reason for it. Where the fuck was that shit? Hero work? No, it's under this thing. We'll leave this here temporarily, but let's rerun the game. I don't think we need that anymore because I rewrote that other side. I feel like I'm doing a lot of re-clicking. I click on something and then I gotta go back and click it again. I don't know if it's just me today or what. So he's on scavenge. I'm just making sure that this is updating right. Then we uncheck him. He's on idle. All right. So let's put him on scavenge. We already tested this though. I don't think we need this stuff in here. I'm going to comment this out. I don't think we need this anymore. We do need it here though. Because if we set, if he's building, he's working on something, or we could put it, we could clear that shit at the beginning of this part. We can clear all this off when they're set on this list, but I think this just adds them to the list. It does. So if we set him idle, he does need to get this stuff removed. I feel like I should. I feel like I should have this little thing. Where the fuck did it? Jesus Christ. I'm going in the wrong direction again. Why isn't this inside this other thing? Why isn't this in here? It should be in there. Just moving some shit around. Let's see, let's work out. Let's just move some stuff around. But that should be in there because they're being removed from that. So they, so back to it's over here. You know what we could also do? Is we could do this. Yeah, we could do this. We can break out of here. We can return out of here. There's something all fucked up now. There we go. We don't need this. So if any button, I mean, it's the button we're passed in. If the button is passed in is false, then we just set them idle and we get the fuck out of this loop. If it's set, we got all sorts of problems here. If it's set, if it's not that, then we do these things. We do this switch. And it sets them idle. So whatever button we just pressed, I think that will work. I don't know. That's a good point. So this, I don't think it does. We could put this below that. This is, why did I have to do this? I don't know if we even need this anymore. Oh yeah, no, it does. It does need it, but you're right. It can go up. It can go up higher. I'm in the right, I thought I was in the wrong script. We can move you down. Put space here. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Yeah, because we don't need to do this other stuff. And as many switches as we can avoid hitting, I feel like is the goal. I don't know. We're gonna have to like worry about optimization at some point. See, I swear to God, I just clicked that thing, and now I'm doing it again. Maybe it's like one of those things where you got to click Godot now so that you've selected Godot, and then you got to click it again to actually what you've, like when you're playing a video game and you've alt tabbed out, the first click is like reselecting the thing. All right, so let's turn this on. We got that. He's idle. Let's double check him here. Man, this thing is so, I gotta fix that too at some point. You gotta be really, you can click on the picture though too. He's scavenging. So that looks like it's working. Let's try, these ones don't work because we're not there yet. Let's build a fisher's shed so we have something else we can click. Let's click this one. He's on build. Let's unclick this one. He's idle. Perfect. So that's all we needed to do. Get out of here. Stupid players want to do stuff. In the event log and population description panel, needs to show the full name. So I thought I wrote a thing that did this already, a method that already put these names, got the correct name for the county improvement. It returned their correct name, and I think I even saw it earlier today. I said, oh, there's the naming thing. Get county improvement name. All right, so here it is. We're going to need this in the event log because it's pulling the wrong name. Let's see, event log is going to be under here. No, that's not what we want to do. We want to do add log, but where is that happening? When something's completed? It's right here. It just happens to be right here. So see, this is pulling the wrong thing here. I wonder if this will translate correctly. I guess we'll find out. It doesn't. No, it does matter. I was gonna. It doesn't matter. All their names are language in not language specific, but no, they are. So we hope that translates that. Then where was the other one? Oh, in the description in the county. Population description panel. Somewhere in here. This is instantiating. I know, Joker. I know. Let's see. I have Spanish and English. Yeah, I know the Spanish is probably pretty bad. I don't want to do that. We need to. This is going to be. It's probably is actually. It's kind of Spanglish because it's Excel. Did I say thank you, by the way, Casper, for the lower thing? If so, or if not, thank you. Yeah, I mean, Excel, I don't know where it's getting its information from. What am I looking for here? It should be like update activity or something. Attributes. Skills, preferred work, interests. Oh, so maybe this activity name is wrong. Oh no, here we go. It's the same thing. What do I got on my clipboard here? I have nothing. It's the same exact thing. So we'll get county improvement name. Catalan? What? Catalan? Sadalin? Where's that at? No, that was definitely me misclicking there. Spain. Language. Spain, France, Andorra, and Italy. Let's see this map. FC Barcelona. Is it so that what's FC Barcelona? And what are they like? Are the people talking in it like the narrators, like speaking the language, or just the people that they're encountering? Mid 12th century. I was just talking about with the guy who's doing the repairs in my house about Europe versus the United States and age of houses. So like my house is from 1927 and that's old. On the West Coast, that's old. On the East Coast, there's 300-400-year-old houses. And in Europe, there's 2,000-year-old houses. There's houses that have been, and there's like a rock wall that's been there for thousands of years, and it's like a different. Like when I went to Montreal when I was 19, I was shocked because there was like a fort that had Canadian Bell used like this old fort for their office building. It was made of stone and stuff, but it kind of looked like a little keep. Whoa. And it's interesting to think how different it is. Exactly. You can just go to a castle. We just can't. There's no we can't even. There's no place we could go to like some Native American areas, but they're all they're not what they were, 600 years ago. It's crazy. All right, now we need to test this thing. We got to test all the time. Yeah, I guess I think the first step will be ask a forum question and then go from there about that error because it's annoying me. We need to test this first. He's idle. Whoops, we clicked the wrong person. We got to click on Rudy Ward here. Activity looks good. We need to test him building something. I always used to want to go to castles. I wanted to do like a tour of castles. And now I need to get a passport. And then I never had the money. And I guess I do have the money now, but I feel like my money's, with this repair on my house, is running out. And I kind of don't want to be a tourist. You know what I mean? Like being a tourist is kind of weird. So he's got build, which is correct currently because nothing's being built yet. But this should be built, and we just got to speed it to 3 o'clock here. And so that's correct there, which has always been correct. And now that's correct there. And then we need to wait for this event log to happen. And it looks like everybody's, there's 5 people working there. So we just need to wait until this is built and see if the event log fires the correct name. All right, so that's correct. And you know what we will do? We'll use Joker's idea here or his, we can just test it. And I can't remember language. No, it's localization. Local. And we're going to put ES in here. We haven't done this in a long time, actually. Probably should have. There's some stuff that hasn't been translated yet, like some of the county improvement panel stuff. but it will. So yeah, like we haven't done this one. Oh, we've done one word of it. This should all be Spanish. Yeah. I'm just giving it a glance to see if there's any English. That it should all be Spanish, and then we should be able to put him on construct. We're gonna wait until 3 o'clock passes, and then I guess the dots work. That was an option you have, in the label setting. I guess that works. And it says 1. Pescadores. The fishes. All right. So that looks good. Let's put this back. Now we'll leave it on Spanish for a while. Who cares? Well, it'll remind me of what we gotta translate. Oh shit, it's 3 hours. Let me do this. It's almost 3 hours. We actually knocked out a couple of these things that have been around for a while, so this is done though. That was easy. Yeah, I had a friend, he was like a violin, I want to say a genius, but his parents just forced him to play violin throughout his childhood, and when he was like 18 or 19 he went on this like European trip where he got, he was playing violin with his whatever, the orchestra of whatever, and he traveled all over Europe and looked at castles, and I was so envious. And everyone's saying actually Spain has like really good castles, because of the whole conflict there for forever. Southern Spain had like the good ones, and he told me he tried to carry on a sword on the plane. This would have been in like 1994 or something, and they were like, no, you can't do that, but he had to put it in storage or something, like it wasn't a big deal. Because he bought like, some sword, not like a ninja, a mall ninja sword, not like a authentic sword. When a hero is set to move, yeah, and the thing I ran into, I like kind of lost touch with him around that time, and then I ran into him like 10 years later, and he had stopped playing violin because he never liked it in the first place, and his parents just forced him to. And I was and I was always like, this is one of those things where he's like wasting his talent, but at the same time you can understand, like if you were forced to do something, like your whole life was just playing violin, you can, like, because your parents force you to, why you would like rebel and not want to do it anymore. Yeah, I felt for him. This is, we kind of half did this because we still got to get research and stuff to work. So we're actually getting close to where we're going to fix the research thing, and then we're going to do the exploration. So we're actually getting close. We fixed all that. When we rewrite that again, it will be easier to rewrite it. And this is just like a double check, but I think everything's good there. So let's push this code. So what did we do today? We fixed all building and working priority. If I say priorities, I think I will think I'm talking about prioritization. Fix all building and working methods. Fixed a couple of small label bugs. I think from what I've read, it is much easier to learn instruments when you're very young. I wonder if he ever went back to it. I could Google his name. if I remember correctly. I'm not going to put it on that screen, though. The first thing I Googled is he is a professor of music. So he must have went back at some point. They literally, when I finished typing in his name, like the first thing that came up, with like, you know, I'm not talking about even the search, like the suggested was his name. So he must have went back to music at some point. It was probably, you know, you gotta have your rebellious phase, because, you know, like having like your whole life consumed by what your parents are telling you to do. I can totally understand that. All right. We've pushed it. We've done everything. Oh, we're going to raid something. I wonder if Stinkle Winks has started his stream yet. I'm trying to raid someone every time, and then I don't. You started at 13? Oh. When are you going to... Should I, like, wait? Stinkle Winks? Should I just talk for the next 10 minutes? No, don't wait. All right. Are you good at guitar and piano? Objectively, do you think you're good? All right, we'll find somebody else to read. I think Crystal. No, I was talking to Casper, but you also are good at guitar and piano. Well, it's like you guys we're filled with musicians here. I used to be in a couple of bands. My phone has now started recording me. You know how, like, the Google whatever, it just kicked in. But I was never very good with the music part. Let's go over here. And let's close this. Let's go over here. Let's go to here. And let's go with a raid here. I think it's this button. It is. We'll move this over here. We'll do our standard, like, look for Godotians. Godozers. The problem is like, it doesn't always, I feel like, bring up, like that one guy we rated yesterday, he had Godot. I guess he just had too many things in there. One day we can listen. Good. I like when people are. No, I don't. I'm taking back my statement. I like when people are excited to share their stuff. I don't want to force people. Like you have a small home. Well, if you ever get back into it, my friend who used to be a bandmate also has like one, and he never does any recording for years and years, or any music at all for years and years. Now he's suddenly back into playing piano. He wants to take guitar lessons to relearn like better stuff. All right, what do we got? A level editor. Can we sort this by low to high viewers? This guy's got 0. Learning Godot in C#. This is the guy. He's got 0. He's just started his stream. He's 9 minutes into his stream. This guy needs it, or what? Not needs it. You know what I mean. All right, let's raid this guy. Thank you guys for joining me. Before I click this, I'm gonna say bye. And have a good weekend in existence. I will talk to you probably next weekend. Bye. And I'm gonna stop this over here once this is going. There's this weird countdown. I wonder if this is some sort of like security measure so that people don't, like, they're raiding on too much or something. Anyways, talk to you guys next time. Bye.